Hello everyone, welcome to another webisode of Crypto Valley or with Crypto Valley. Hello, I'm Crypto Valley. Uh, Today is day 104 for me, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's 104 days on Bitconnect, and I just wanted to give a brief update on this before I move on to the next the next subject, and I'll tell you what that is in a second. But day 104 update. I have pulled out a few bucks from my lending wallet, moved it over to Bitcoin, and I have moved some Bitcoin out of here to do something else, to do something different. And I want to explain what that is to you. And it's always been a part of my plan. And anybody that's talked to me since before I even signed up for Bitconnect, or even right after, as I was talking to people, whether it was on the phone or message or whatever, I had explained what the greater picture was. So day 104, I'm just shy of $10, making another $10 reinvest. So far, I have $910 on the platform. Some of that, yes, it has come from referral money. Some of that has been my own. Transactions, let me go to transactions real quick. I'm going to see how far along in the day, in the payment day that I am. And since it's relatively early, I'm pretty sure I haven't been completely paid out for the rest of the day. So I may be able to make a $10 reinvest here towards the end of the day, 0.48. Yeah, I've probably got a good handful of payments coming in. So if I stop, sit down, dogs. What do you do? Anyhow. I may be able to make that by the end of the day. Well, my plans for the future are pretty grandiose, but it's going to take me a little bit to get there. I did see the price of Bitconnect coin go upwards of $450 something or so not that long ago. And it did drop down to about $400 a coin. It's been doing that up and down its entire lifetime. So is it a big deal to me? No. Now, there were some maintenance issues with the platform. The day before they released their BCC pay card, there was a massive update that took actually it took longer than that, took about 18 hours maybe, that it was down while they were doing their maintenance. People were freaking out. I mean, the Bitconnect forum and everything, or the Facebook page, everything was blowing up. It was pretty crazy. But anyhow, for those of us that don't really FUD, it wasn't a really big deal. It was pre-announced and expected. The following days had some issues with logging in, whatnot, but it seems now that the platform's up and running the way it used to be, which is pretty consistent and reliable. So, $18,000 right now for Bitcoin. It did see a high, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere for just shy of 19,000. If not, it hit 19,000 and dropped back down. But again, lifetime of the coin, it's been doing that its entire existence. Goes up, goes down, goes up, readjusts. It is what it is. My prediction is that by the end of the year, we may actually see a minimum of $20,000 in value for Bitcoin, and I see Bitconnect coin staying stable at around the 400 to mid 400 range in dollar value. I am very disappointed in the BCC pay card. They made it available to pretty much everybody else except the United States. Go figure, you know what I mean? I think it would have gone a long way, but in order to make that happen, though, rules, regulations, yada, 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 and apparently they didn't want to go through with that. It is what it is. It's not the end of the world. There are still options out there. Right now, the biggest option for me is going to be acquiring the BitPay card. That has really good limits. It's got great terms, great limits. I've already signed up and got an account, but I just need to finish ordering the card. But BitPay is out there. The Shift card that's offered by Coinbase is also a good option. But the spend and deposit and all that is not quite the same as it is for BitPay. And BitPay, what I like about BitPay is that it is a Visa card, so it's accepted anywhere that Visa is accepted. And the withdrawal, deposit, all of that, the numbers are really, really nice. Not compared to what it would have been for, you know, the KYC2 version of the BCC Pay card, but just poor execution on their part on BCC Pay for this platform. But it is what it is. Again, like I said, it's not the end of the world. There is options out there. For me personally, it's BitPay. Let me see. The other thing that I wanted to talk about, here's the big, you know, majority of what this video is going to be about. How do you diversify your portfolio, your crypto portfolio? How do you get to increasing the amount of coins that you have, whether it's Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, Dash, whatever you want. How do you get there? Well, my plan from the very beginning was always to get my Bitconnect account going to the point where I could make a sufficient amount of money every day or every week or whatever, so that I could take some of that money and then put it to good use elsewhere. And I've already started that process, and I know I'm a few days behind for making the video, but there's a reason for that. I wanted to be able to see a little bit of data. And mind you, folks, I didn't put a whole lot of money into it, okay? I just put a few bucks into it to get started. It's better, in my opinion, to get started now. Some of my friends, they're going to wait until they get better situated with Bitconnect and their payouts and stuff before they start putting money into diversification. Now, what I have done is I have taken some money and I have sent that over to Hashflare, and that's hashflare.io. And the reason that I'm doing that is because I want to mine, and I have always wanted to mine Bitcoin. Now, I don't have the equipment to do it efficiently, to mine enough Bitcoin to make it worthwhile. So right now, my only option is cloud mining, okay? I've so far purchased 0.13 terahash. It's 130 gigahash. It's not a whole lot, but it's a decent start. Now, I'm not the first person that's done this. Plenty of people have done this before. And then even when I was on the forums, on the other page, talking about like, hey, you know, I'm going to jump into it too. People were like, go for it, you know, I'm doing it. So again, I'm not the first person that's doing this, but I'm not going to stop doing this either. I really like the reasonable fees that Hashflare charges per gigahash for Bitcoin. Actually, for all of their platforms, I think the startup fees are very, very reasonable. They're, in the end, once you add it up, it becomes a little bit pricey, but to get started, it's really not a bad deal, folks. It's not a bad deal at all. 10 gigahash. Did the price go up? Oh, the price went up from $1.50, it looks like, to $2.20 for per gigahash. Sorry, I'm gonna have to call back. So anyways, it was $1.50. I'm gonna have to take a better look at that real quick, and it was just $1.50 the other day. So if it's gone up, it's gone up. But still, even at $2.20 for 10 gigahash, it's not a bad deal at all. Right now, I'm up to here. It didn't cost me $28.60 to get started because I purchased in at $1.50. But again, 130 gigahash for 30 bucks. I mean, 150 for 33 bucks. That's not a bad deal whatsoever. You know what I mean? You can get 160, I'm sure, for, 35 bucks. Let's take a look at this. $35, 160 gigahash. Not a bad deal to get started. Now, eventually, I am going to purchase more hash power, and the payouts aren't going to be as good as they need to be until you start hitting terahash. And you need to hit good numbers in terahash, like 10, 20, easy 10, 20, 13, at a minimum 10 terahash. But once you get up to 50, 100 terahash, 200 terahash, that's where the real payouts start to come a little bit down the road. So you can see where I'm going here. Bitconnect, Yes, it's paying you. Yes, you're reinvesting. Yes, you're making more money. But once you get to the point where you feel comfortable, you should take some of that money and start doing this. Start diversifying your portfolio. Get the mining contracts. Some of them, this one's good for a year. I made 2 separate purchases to get me up to this amount. They were small purchases, needless to say, but it's a year-long contract. So once I get my ROI, the rest of it's just profit, and I could just cash out and put it in my wallet. And that wallet, as Bitcoin continues to grow, so does the value of whatever I have in that wallet. Now, I do have plans eventually of getting upwards of the 100 and 200 terahash marks. It's just going to take a significant amount of money to get there. But that's not their only offering. And I am eventually going to put money into these other currencies also. Now, they do mine Ethereum, and they pay out in Ethereum, if I'm not mistaken. The one that they don't pay out in its native currency is Litecoin. They mine Litecoin, but they don't pay in Litecoin. They pay in Bitcoin. So it's a little bit of a turnoff, but by the same token, you can take that Bitcoin and turn around and use an exchange to buy Litecoin. It's one of those things. This company's been around since 2015. They've been, basically called one of the safer bets that's out there. I would have done Genesis Mining, but the problem with that is all of their contracts are sold out. All of them, damn near. I think they only have one currency. I can't remember if it's Monero. I think it's Monero that they have open contracts for. The rest of them, they're sold out. So that left me with limited options as to what I could do for cloud mining. I don't have a problem with Hashflare and their rates. They're decent rates. They're not the best, but they're also old reliable, if you will. You know what I mean? I've had one payout because I just barely got my money in there yesterday. I've got one payout. It's not much. It ain't much at all. 0.00000161 BTC is in my balance. The payout actually was 1848. So it's not much, but it's a small start. Once you start to add hash power, obviously those payments start to go up. Now, I did allocate 100% of that pool to F2 pools, and instead of having it divvied up between actually 3 pools. So I went into the settings and made that change, and so again, everything is being mined out of the F2 pool. From what I understand, it is the most profitable at this point in time. So that being said, it's an option if you take it into consideration. Diversification is key. Even the super wealthy will tell you that having just one sole means of one source of income isn't how they got rich. I've had rich people tell me in the past that you need 5, 6, 7, 8 different sources of income, and that's how the rich really, honestly, unless you're lucky as hell, that's how you get rich. And that's how you maintain it too, because you could lose one, but you got more. You know what I mean? Another option, it's a newer platform that's out there. They have decent rates, but I don't know what to think of them because they're new. The community so far says that they've been great. So the risk is there that they could shut down. Like there was a couple that shut down and run. Hash Ocean. I can't remember the names of the other ones. There were a few, but this one, the rates, honestly, they're not that bad. 250 gigahash. It beats out Hashflare and by what was it, 160 by 90 gigahash for $32. For $32. Actually, if you wanted to go fair, it'd be by like 70 gigahash maybe. But still, you get an extra 70 gigahash. This is a 2-year contract. It's a 2-year contract just to get started. A lot of people can afford $32 to get started. Hey, the $32, that adds up. 32 here, 32 there, 32 here, 32 there. It starts to add up. $128, and you've got a terahash. $128 and you've got a terahash. 4 separate 250 gigahash plans. The rates here, in my opinion, they're reasonable. They're lower than some other places. It's just How reliable is the company? I don't know. I have yet to see an actual mining office, if you will, pictures, video, anything. So it is what it is. But they do offer, anyhow, different currencies that they can mine for. So this is a viable option. Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, Monero, and Zcash for these folks. For Hashflare, it was Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Dash. Okay, they can mine those. These rates, again, I think they're very reasonable, and it is an option, and I may end up putting some money into this to get started. I really like the Bitcoin prices for getting started. 250 gigahash for 32 bucks is not a bad deal at all. That brings me on to the next platform. I've seen ads for it all over the place. It's called Sun Mining, and what they're doing is they're going green. Okay, not a bad deal. Green power, yes, it's going to take a lot of money to get started because, you know, solar panels and batteries and storage and, you know, grid fees and all that adds up. But, you know, again, you're making money off the sun. So you're making electricity off the sun anyways, is what I meant to say. The prices here, not terrible at all. It's a little bit pricier than, per se, in my opinion, 36 bucks, 200. Yeah, it's a better deal than Hashflare, but it's a worse deal than Cryptera. You're getting 100 gigahash for 18 bucks. That's the price of the contract, and that's ultralight for mining Bitcoin. They do Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dash, and Litecoin, but again, they're reasonable. Okay, so all you got to do is select your plan, pay for your plan, and then go from there. These coins right now are kind of at the top of the list, especially Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. They're up at the top of the list for coin market cap, and also as far as world recognition goes. So if you really truly wanted to diversify and make as much money as you can possibly make in the future, separate and aside from putting your money into Bitconnect, or I just did a video on Davercoin and Glarecoin. I don't have any money on Davercoin or Glarecoin, only Bitconnect. But if you truly wanted to get out there and you truly wanted to make your money work for you, which is the secret sauce to getting where you want to be, okay? The secret sauce. That means taking some of that money, some of your payouts from Bitconnect, convert it over to Bitcoin, and then open up an account. And these are not the only three. There's more out there, okay? Please, folks, do your due diligence. If you feel comfortable putting the money in there, then do that. But if they tuck tail and run, remember, you know, this is an investment. It happens brick and mortar all the time. You know what I mean? People just shut down and be like, I'm out of here, and they just take off with everybody's money. Now, eventually they get caught and they pay for it, but needless to say, put your money into a platform like this, like Sun Mining, Cryptera, Hashflare, Genesis Mining, and get it to work for you. Get it to mine Bitcoin for you. Most of us don't have the Antminer S9s and the L3s and so forth to really sit down in your garage and hook everything up and get to mining. Most of us don't. I would love to be able to mine my own cryptocurrency, but I don't have the equipment. So that leaves me with limited options. Get your money to work for you. The price, the value of these coins is going to continue to rise. Bitcoin right now is trading for 18K. It was at 19 and some change. It dropped back down. It corrected. Alt currencies right now are on the way back up. Bitcoin went down a little bit, no problem, but then it's going to turn around where it's going to go bullish again, and it's going to go up. It's going to go up to 19, and my prediction is it'll be at 20K before the end of the year, by the end of the year, or somewhere close to it. I'm predicting 20K minimum, but again, it's only a prediction. Don't take my word for it. You know what I mean? Make your money work for you. That's the best I can say. That's the purpose of this video, is to show you how to diversify, how to make more money in the future. Now, this might not be worth a whole lot right now, but if Bitcoin takes off and skyrockets to 50K, well, the value of that was 0.000161, and that's just today's payout. You know, please forgive me. But the value of that goes up too. So it is what it is. You know, just keep doing that. Don't have to take my word for it, but there have been plenty of other people that do the same thing, and it's a smart move in my opinion. What they have done is their research, and what they have done is capitalize on the money that they made here, which is smart, and they made more money by making this money work for them. Okay? Secret sauce, people. Secret sauce. Once you have the keys to the kingdom, by all means, rule. You know what I mean? Rule. That's how you do it. And that's exactly what my step-by-step plan is. Now, eventually, I will pick up some mining equipment, whatever, whatnot, further down the road. And that'll be step 3, where I start to get into other currencies and stuff. But in the meantime, this is how I'm doing it. I'm going to put a few more bucks into, I'm probably going to, once I get the terahash or something, then I'll be all right. But I'm going to be taking, honestly, a better look at Cryptera.net. I really like the pricing on it. 32 bucks, 250 gigahash, 2-year contract, whereas with Hashflare, it's a 1-year contract. And then we'll go from there. Sun mining, I don't know what to think about it, but it's also 2-year contracts. But again, if you wanted to diversify and not keep all of your eggs in one basket, you have options to get out there and do that. So please, folks, if you like what you see and you like what you hear, like and subscribe. Follow me on YouTube. I'm going to be making plenty more videos, plenty of updates for Bitconnect. I'm going to be doing updates for Hashflare, updates for Cryptera, updates for sun mining. Now, I may actually jump into Cryptera here very shortly. The price is too appealing to me, and don't be surprised if I actually get in there before the end of the week. So that being said, by all means, folks, you have yourselves a wonderful day. Christmas is coming up. Stay with your friends, celebrate with your family, have a merry time, but be safe. Everybody be safe, all right? Y'all have a good one. Merry Christmas. See you later.